We demolished Kano Roundabout because it has large Christian cross. Why? The SSG, this is the Secretary to State Government of Kano State, is talking now because they demolished that roundabout that was built, say because it had large cross. And does that look like a cross? And even if it has a cross, what's wrong with that? Does it mean that in Kano they don't have Christians there? It's only Muslims that they have? So now that they have demolished a whole roundabout because it had large Christian cross, what if we begin to demolish things in the south that has the mosque or the Islamic symbol on it? What will happen? Is this not religious bigotry? Is this not the problem we are talking about? That everything is Islamization? So what's wrong if there's cross on a roundabout that belongs to a state that has both Christians and Muslims cohabiting? So why would you do that? Okay, what if in the southern states, again I repeat, we demolish all the properties that has symbol of Islam on it? What will happen? This is religious bigotry and it's very, very bad. The secretary to the Kano State government, Bafa Bichi, has given more reasons behind the demolition of the government house roundabout monument by the administration of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf. Recall that the demolition of the roundabout built by the Abdullahi Ganduje administration to commemorate Kano's Golden Jubilee had stirred condemnations across the state on Wednesday. While reacting to the criticism, the governor, through his chief press secretary, Sanusi Dawakin Tofa, Dawakin Tofa has said the structure was substandard and may collapse in 1 year. But speaking on Freedom Radio on Wednesday, the SSG said the roundabout also carried a large Christian cross, which, according to him, is against the doctrine of Islam. Can you imagine? Is the state an Islamic state? Do they not have Christians in that state? It's not mixed religion. So that means there's no freedom of religion in Kano State. That is what it means. Mr. Bichi added that the structure was also obstructing the view of drivers accessing all routes linked through it. The roundabout is obstructing the view of motorists, and secondly, if you use a drone camera, you will see that the roundabout has large design of a cross on the top of it. And over 99.99 or 100% of Kano indigenes are Muslims, so you can't have a structure with a large inscription of the cross on it. It is against Islamic values. No worries now. So Nigerian Christians should now see. All the Nigerian Southern politicians should now see. All the Southern governors should now see what is happening in Kano. And then you have to look for everything that has Islamic sign in the Southern states and demolish them, because almost everybody in the Southern states are Christians. That is the way it should go. Our clerics told us that whenever our beloved Prophet Muhammad saw anything, no matter how little, with a sign of cross on it, he would ensure that such a thing is destroyed. So any picture of Kano you snap, you should see a large sign of the cross on it. Even the Muhammadu Buhari's underpass in Huturu has a similar design, and I can assure you that plans are underway to make sure that those symbols are removed from the bridge. Speaking further on the ongoing demolitions across different parts of the state, Mr. Bichi said the structures were illegally acquired by officials of the previous administration. He maintained that the government would only pay compensation to people with genuine documents or proof of ownership. Anyone who is defending the encroachment of public institutions like hospitals, schools, and Eid grounds is sick and needs medical attention. So if you encroach on government land and the government collected it back, there is no way you could claim any compensation. All these structures we are demolishing were illegally acquired and shared among officials of the outgoing or outgone administration. So anyone demanding compensation should go and meet the person that sold the properties to them, because the monies were never remitted into the government account. So if government collects your property to build infrastructure for the masses, it is obligatory that such individuals will be compensated, but that's not the case here, Mr. Beachy stressed. The SSG also disclosed that the administration would equally recover government assets and property sold outside in the state. So the fact it remains that recovering government property illegally sold or illegally acquired by individuals is not a problem for me. That is normal. They have to be recovered. But the issue of demolishing a roundabout because it had a sign of cross in it, because the indigenous of Kano are 99.99% Muslims, and so anything that has Christian sign on it is not allowed. It is bad. And that is where my concern is. That is religious bigotry. He has just started something in Kano that if replicated in other parts of the country is going to be terrible. I don't understand what's going on in this country. The same thing that Lagos state government is doing, that is trying to bring out a law that will protect the non-Lagosians, that will protect the Lagosians and the Yorubas, and let all non-Yorubas get out of the state or do something else. They're looking for a way to collect the property of the non-Yorubas in the state. They are mostly targeted at Igbos. So now, this one that has been done in the Kano is not targeting Christians. Is it not part of Islamization? That you don't want to see anything that looks like Christian around you. Now, what if the Christians in the South decide to ensure that they don't want to see anything that looks like Islam around them? Is that not going to cause anarchy in the country? So again, let all the Satan Christians that are supporting Muslim ticket see what it's going to bring, because this is very, very bad and this is very, very terrible. Okay, Kano State, I just started something, or I just said something the same way that Kaduna State, former Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai has said that he has entrenched Islamic rule in Kaduna and it's going to last for the next 20 years or more. And what he has done in Kaduna has been replicated across Nigeria. So this again is confirming the Islamization agenda in Nigeria. And some gullible fake Christians are supporting this and are saying there's no problem because of their stomach infrastructure, because of cowardness, and because of fear of what I don't know. So even this one, we're saying that in the Senate, out of 109 senators, we have 55 of them Muslims, 54 Christians. That is a balanced house. It is not a balanced house, because among the 54 Christians, we are going to see that over 53 of them will basically be supporting the Muslims. We'll basically be saying that whatever that is promulgated by the Muslims, whether it's against the Christian or not, will be adopted in the house. That is what we're going to see, because that is what has been happening before now. I don't know why Christians are so gullible, why Christians are so I don't understand. Well, it's quite unfortunate that some certain Christians are not even seeing all of these things. They think all is well and all is normal. It is not. This Islamization agenda, whether we like it or not. And it has to stop. Now, somebody is saying, let's see a few comments here. Somebody said, she lies. Wicked people everywhere. You demolish the structure, not the truth behind the cross. That is it. That is it. The reasons are so myopic. The governor needs to start executing projects instead of demolishing them. Well, that is their state, but the fact remains that the reason they are giving here is very, very bad. Some of our Christian brethren were excited and laughing when APC lost Kano State. So how market? No, that is not the issue. APC government is not the best too. What did Ganduje do in that state? Is Ganduje a Christian? This is Islamization agenda. Somebody said, what concerns Christian with a Muslim state? Whether Muslims like it or not, they live with cross daily, but they cannot figure it out. How can you say what concerns Christian with Muslim state? Who told you it's a Muslim state? It's not one of the secular states in the country. Are there no Christians in that state that are Hausas, not Southerners? What is their fate and their condition? Are you saying you start persecuting the Christians in Kano the way El-Rufai has done in Kaduna State? It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It should not happen. Somebody should reply to Bishop John here. You speak more of deeply rooted food. That is it. How can you say what concerns Christians in that state? Now you understand that they are worshiping cross. That's why Christianity is always uncertain and perversion. Can you imagine? As if Jesus Christ is not greater than the whole of Kano State and the world. Yes. Oga, it is the cross that was made in the likeness of man, not the other way around as you assume. Humans exist first before the invention of a torturing tool called cross. Okay? Just because a trouser mimic the shape of a human does not make it divine. You people should think with the brain, not with your anus. That is it. So this thing they're doing in Kano State, they need to stop it. They really need to put an end to it. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.